Let's go now to the Western Cape, which has become the epicenter for gang-related crimes in the country. That's according to the latest crime statistics released yesterday, which cover the period from July to September 2024. Newzroom Afrika's Latashia Naidoo is now joining us ahead of a briefing by the Provincial Police Commissioner a bit later on today. Latashia, very good morning to you. And some of the stats also revealing that over the past 3 months, you had 79 children in the Western Cape either shot dead or stabbed dead. So children, as we also mark these 16 days of activism against women as well as child abuse, also being victims of crime.
Good morning, Aldrin. Yeah, that's a harrowing figure. I mean, 79 children killed since September this year. And those statistics fall shortly outside of the scope of the second quarter crime stats that were released yesterday. But it paints a very grim picture of the reality of life for children growing up in the Western Cape, particularly in areas which are gang-ridden. Now, adding on to that figure, it was reported by the Western Cape Department of Health that 1,600 children since September this year have either been reported as stabbed or shot during this period. Now, that's a question I'm going to pose to the Provincial Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Patikile, this morning, Aldrin, with regard to, even though there seems to be a decrease in the murder rate for down 8.7% for the second quarter crime statistics, gangsterism and gang-related violence seems to be escalating in the province to the point that children are falling victims to these crimes, and they're becoming the casualties of this war that's been going on within the Western Cape. Now, it's interesting to note that between the period of April to June this year, those stats revealed that the crime rate had increased by 21%, or the murder rate, apologies, had increased by 21% in the Western Cape. And there's now been that decrease of 8.7% between July and September. But the numbers seem to paint a very different picture. 1,600 children being stabbed or shot, 79 children being killed. That's a terrifying number, and it actually shows the scope of the violence and the violent crime in the province. But obviously, we'll be bringing an update to our viewers once that briefing is concluded. But it's going to be interesting to note how police are going to be enforcing crime-fighting strategies ahead of the festive season. We know that a lot of children will be at home as a result of school holidays, which makes them quite prone to violence and gang-related crimes, especially in areas like the Cape Flats. Aldrin.
Thank you so much for that, Latashia, there joining us ahead of that press briefing by the Provincial Police Commissioner in the Western Cape.